I am self-aware to know that maybe I'm nitpicking, maybe I'm taking things out of context, but maybe I'm not. And maybe this is what the person meant. Either way, the point here that I'm trying to get across pertains, and it's something that I do see quite a bit, and I want you to be aware of, because it's sneaky, and it's kind of the way bad habits get their foot in the door. And when bad habits start to get their foot in the door, they kind of just spread, and before you know it, you have much bigger problems on your hands. So let's get to this little exchange here, and this is what kind of prompted the idea here. It's not a new topic, maybe a little different angle on the topic, but as far as, what actually is good? Because a lot of people will say, well, good is when you're making money, which isn't the case. And let's get to this exchange, and maybe you can kind of see where I'm headed with all this. So this exchange comes from one of the video charts that I've done on my other channel. So Juan says, my average is $4.49. This thing was crazy. We going back to $12 when winter dies out? Oh, Blue Dragon, unfortunately for him, no. It's never even went close to $12. But I come into the conversation, what is your stop loss at? I didn't put one, LOL. Was stupid of me. I thought that was the bottom. But as you can see, it went up and I even made a profit and I sold. Was a good day. All right, so I want to focus on a key word, and that being good. It was a good day. Why was it a good day? Well, they made money, right? So it was a good day, they made money. But let's kind of just really stop and think about what they have disclosed to us in terms of how they got over here to making maybe this arrow should probably be the other way, right? Because they made money first and then they said it was good. So there we go. So they made money, and therefore it was a good day. But how exactly did they make that money? What did they say? Brought up stop loss, but in what way? Oh, no. I didn't put in a stop loss. But it eventually went back up. So, in other words, let me translate. It was a hold and hope strategy. And hold and hope, that's not going to be a viable long-term strategy. Sure, it can work out. I'm not going to say that. Heck, it worked out here. But over time, hold and hope, you're going to get one of those where you hold and hold and hold, and it doesn't go back up. Maybe even buy some more, and then you buy some more, and it still never goes back up. That's where things can get really, really rough. But this is how the money was made, which led to a good day. Was a broken, well, not even a broken rule, because I don't know if this person usually uses stop losses or not, but the logic here was really rough, as in, I thought it was the bottom. So because you thought something was the bottom, you're just not going to put in a stop loss at all. I mean, that's why you get into a trade anyways, because you think something, but that doesn't mean that you just abandon all risk protocols. And I get it. Maybe he's felt really, really strongly that it was the bottom. And I suppose in some senses he was right, because it eventually did go back up. But it also went against him, and, which is what caused him to say that it was stupid. So I do give Juan credit here. At least he acknowledged it was stupid. But it was not a good day. Not a good day in the sense of from habits. Now, if he meant it was a good day just because I avoided disaster, I need to learn from that. But it was a good day because I avoided disaster. Okay, that's one way. But if he's just simply saying it's a good day because I made money, no, he's overlooking the pathway that got him there, and that was a pathway of bad habits. And this is what you want to avoid at all costs within the market. You can have a win. You can make money that's actually not good. It's bad. Why is it bad? Because of the habits. How did you arrive at what most people would perceive as good? If you are breaking all sorts of habits, if you are just kind of making it up as you go, if you're kind of just lucking out and I made some money, it's good. Eventually, the pathway here is going to get you, because these bad habits are creeping in. And when they get in, they start to infest themselves, and eventually it'll catch up to you. And that's why you need to be very, very aware of your definition of the word good. It was a good trade. A good trade can actually be a losing trade. Why? Because if you followed all your rules, if you set things up properly, if you made sure to go through your little checklist if you have one, and it didn't work out, well, you know what? There's no such thing as a guarantee in the market. Too many people think that losing money means it was a bad trade. Now, yes, it was bad in the sense of you lost money. But what about from a habit perspective? Was it bad? I don't know. It might have been, or it could have just been, hey, it simply didn't work out. You can have the textbook setup. You can have a beautiful setup, and it still doesn't work out. That doesn't mean it was a bad trade in the sense of habits. It just happens. So the whole point, and I'll wrap this up, coming back to this word good, is be very, very careful how you look at that word. Juan, I get the sense of he's just looking at the word as, well, because at the end of the day, I made money. It was a good day, and that's what a good trade is about. Yeah, I know about that other stuff. Maybe it was stupid, and like I said, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's just saying it as, I avoided disaster. But, you have to be aware of that in your trading. And I see it all the time where people imply that, oh, you took a loss. What'd you do wrong? That doesn't necessarily mean anything was wrong. Maybe it just didn't work out. On the flip side, though, people are talking about their gains, and then you hear them talk a little bit more about it, and you're just like, yeah, that was a good trade in the sense of you made money. But the more you talk, what were you doing? You were like just making it up as you went, and that's great. It worked out then, but that's not going to always be the long-term results, because those bad habits get in there, they start to corrupt it all, and pretty soon, it does catch up for you. So a simple word, good. Who knew good could be so complicated in the world of trading? But it really, really is. So be aware about it. If you are out there trading alone currently and maybe are in the market looking for a community to join to assist you in your trading or to just help you, give you another set of eyeballs, then I do have a private trading community where you can trade alongside me and other experienced traders. So what you see popping up on the screen right now is both an information link. So if you click on the inner circle one, that is going to take you to the page where I explain all the details of what exactly come with the community, both the chat room and the newsletter. And then the other image that has popped up is a behind the scenes tour where you can see exactly what is going to be contained within the community. I take you through, like I said, a behind the scenes tour of everything, and that way you'll know precisely what you are getting when you join. So definitely check that stuff out if you are interested and thinking about wanting to join a community, and let me know if you have any questions.